Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, my name is Alia and I will present to you guys about chapter 4 and that is annuity with my friend Huda. I will explain about the topic and Huda will go through the question. Let's take a look at the learning outcome. From this chapter, we will be able to find the future value of annuity, present value of annuity, and solve for annuity payment R, the number of payment N, and the interest rate I. Okay, so we will move on to the introduction. Annuity is a series of equal payments made at equal intervals of times. Example of annuity are shop rental, insurance policy premiums, annual dividend, and installment payments. Annuities can be classified into many classes: annuity due, annuity certain, general annuity, perpetuity, and others. This chapter got two topics, and that is on how to determine the future value of annuity, and the second topic is on how to determine the present value of annuity. However, in these two topics, each topic have two formulas. The first formula is S equivalent to R multiplied by 1 plus I at the power of N minus 1 divided by I. S is future value of annuity, R is periodic payment, I is interest rate per interest period. The second formula is on how to determine interest N. I equivalent to S minus N multiplied by R. Let's move on to the next topic, and that is how to find the present value, and that is A. A equivalent to R in the bracket 1 minus in the bracket 1 plus I to the power of minus N divided by 1. For the last formula is on how to find the interest N, and that is I equivalent to N multiplied by R minus A. Okay, so let's move on to the question.
The question is, find the present value of an annuity with periodic payment of 4,000 ringgit Malaysia every 6 months for a period of 5 years at interest rate of 6% compounded semi-annually. Find the total interest charge. For the first step, we have to find the important point that is stated in the question. Based on the question, we can identify that 4,000 ringgit Malaysia is equivalent to periodic payment. The interest rate is 6% and it was compounded semi-annually for 5 years. Moving on to the next step, we have to find the suitable formula for this question, which is the present value formula. On the third step, we have to apply all the important points that we get from the question into the formula and solve it. For the last step, we have to find the interest paid. So we need to use another formula, which is interest paid. We also have to apply the amount that we get from previous question and apply it on this formula and solve it.
Next, we're going to talk about trade and cash discount. First thing first, we need to know what are the learning outcomes when we learn about trade and cash discount. Able to calculate trade discount and the net price of goods purchased. Able to find a single discount that is equivalent to a chain discount. Able to solve problems involving trade and cash discounts. What is trade discount? Trade discount is a reduction of amount from the list price of the goods, which the trader allows to the customer at a given rate. Cash discount refers to a discount that a seller offers to a buyer in return for paying a bill before the maturity of the due date. This is the formula that we're going to use when we solve the problems of trade and cash discounts.
Let's take a look at the provided question. A wholesaler gives trade discount 20%, 10% and 5% to his regular customers. he sent an invoice dated X September 2009 with cash terms 6/20, 4/30, and N/60 for the product listed at 16,450 ringgit. The payment was made 20 days after the date of invoice. As you can see, the first question required us to determine the single discount rate equivalent to the given trade discount. In the meantime, we had to figure out how much trade discount we had received for the second question. For the third question, we have to calculate the total payment made. And lastly, the final question required us to determine the final date to receive the 6% cash discount. Before we solve the question, let's find the clue based on questions first. As you can see, the list price is 16,450 ringgit, while the trade discount rate is 20%, 10%, and 5%. To solve the first question, we need to use the single discount equivalent formula, which is R equals to 1 minus times weight 1 minus R. R equals to 1 minus times weight 1 minus 0.2 times weight 1 minus 0.1 and times weight 1 minus 0.05. R equals to 0.316 and R equals to 31.6%, and that's the answer. For the second questions, we need to figure out how much trade discount we had received. So, we have to use the net price formula. The net price formula is NP equals to L multiplied by 1 minus R. NP equals to 16,450 ringgit times with 1 minus 0.2 times with 1 minus 0.1 and times with 1 minus 0.05. NP equals to 11,251 ringgit and 80 cents. NP equals to 16,450 minus 11,251 ringgit and 80 cents. NP equals to 5,198 ringgit and 20 cents. Let's move on to the next question. This question required us to calculate the total payment made. The same formula that was used in the second questions must also be used in this one. However, since the payment was made 20 days after the invoice date, we must add 6% to answer this question. So, the formula is NP equals to L multiplied by 1 minus R. NP equals to 16,450 ringgit times with 1 minus 0.06, 1 minus 0.2, 1 minus 0.1, and 1 minus 0.05. NP equals to 16,450 ringgit times with 0.1197. NP equals to 10,756 ringgit and 69 cents. This is the last question. For these questions, it required us to determine the final date to receive the 6% cash discount. What we have to do is, firstly, 8 plus 20, and then we get 28. The 28 equals to 28 September. So, 8 September until 28 September, we'll get 6% cash discount. Next, 8 plus 30 equals to 38. 38 minus 30 equals to 8. 8 equals to 8 October. So, 29 September until 8 October, we'll get 4% cash discount. Lastly, 8 plus 60 equals to 68. 68 minus 30 and we get 38. 38 minus 31, so we get 7. 7 equals to 7 November. So, 9 October until 7 November will not get any cash discount. So, the correct answer for the last questions is 28 September 2009.